I stood in the crowded living room holding a paper plate, surrounded by family members I'd known my entire life. The noise of conversations and laughter filled the air until my uncle's voice suddenly cut through it all like a knife. "You know what the problem is with this generation," he said loudly, turning his head to look directly at me from across the room. "They live off the family for years and years and never learn to stand on their own 2 feet." Every single conversation in the room stopped mid-sentence. Heads turned toward me from every direction, and I could feel dozens of eyes landing on me all at once. I saw judgment flash across some faces, pity and discomfort spread across others. My chest tightened painfully as the room fell into uncomfortable, heavy silence. This was the man who practically raised me, the one who'd been there consistently when my parents worked double shifts and couldn't pick me up from school, the one who told everyone at every single family gathering how incredibly proud he was of me and everything I'd accomplished. Now he was standing there calling me a freeloader in front of everyone we knew, every person whose opinion mattered to me. I felt my face flush hot with deep humiliation and complete confusion about what I could possibly have done to deserve this kind of public attack from someone I loved and trusted with everything. The weight of every stare pressed down on me until I could barely breathe. Hearing those specific words from him hurt more than anything I'd ever experienced in my entire life. This wasn't some distant relative I barely knew offering an unwanted opinion about my life choices or my financial situation. This was the man who used to brag about me constantly to his friends at summer barbecues, who always introduced me as practically my own kid. Whenever we ran into someone he knew at the grocery store or around town, who made me feel genuinely valued and important during the difficult years when I was growing up and struggling to find my place in the world. Now he was deliberately painting me as someone who took everything from everyone and never gave anything back, someone who was nothing more than a burden on the people who loved him most. I left the party early with my chest so tight I could barely take a full breath without pain shooting through my ribs. I sat alone in my car in the driveway for at least 20 minutes before I could even start the engine and drive home safely. I kept replaying his exact words over and over in my head, searching desperately for some context I'd somehow missed, some inside joke I didn't understand, some reasonable explanation for why this was happening to me now. But there was absolutely no misunderstanding I could find no matter how hard I looked. He meant every single word he'd said, and everyone in that crowded room had heard it clearly and would remember it forever. The humiliation felt like it would never fade.